Real Estate Talk on Smart Talk 1580.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Real Estate Talk. I'm your host, Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity. We are live this Saturday morning, broadcasting from the Albany studios of KGAL Show Radio at Silver Falls Dermatology, the old library building in Albany. It's looking like, I don't know, I'm going to call it a beautiful Oregon spring day. I think the rains are coming back, if I heard the news correctly this morning, but hopefully it won't last all weekend, and we'll consider that we're in April now and it's supposed to be getting nicer. So, first question of the day, folks. Are you hungry? It's almost lunchtime. If you're hungry, you want to taste on us. That's a $10 Quiznos gift certificate to the first person this hour to email dave@kgal.com and mention Taste on Us. That Quiznos certificate is for the Albany Quiznos store. Quiznos. Actually, I just kind of like saying that. Before we do get started, I want to take a few seconds, and I'm going to do this every show, to talk about Homes for Heroes. Homes for Heroes is a national program that offers rewards to our local heroes for their service when buying, selling, or refinancing in real estate. When a hero works with an affiliated real estate professional and or an affiliated lending professional, they will receive a reward from the national organization after they close. Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, police officers, peace officers, first responders, nurses, other medical professionals, firefighters, teachers, and educators. Folks, if you are a hero, or if you know a hero who serves our community in one of these areas, please go to or send them to www.homesforheroes.com and sign up, because service deserves its rewards. So I'm very happy to announce that Hayden Homes is joining the Real Estate Talk team as a sponsor to our program, and I'm looking forward to working with John Ford, who's my guest today. Again, I'm going to apologize to John right up front. I was supposed to have John on the week before we did last week's grand opening of the North Creek neighborhood, but I was unavoidably detained on spring break in San Diego. And that's because my beautiful wife is the one that's in charge of our schedule. So I did not get back here in time to get John on the air. So we're bringing John on today to talk with us. So again, Hayden Homes, a new sponsor to Real Estate Talk. John, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, one of the things I do every week is a real estate showcase, and one of the things I would like you, as the Hayden Homes representative, to bring to the table is to share some of your homes in our showcase. So why don't you tell us about a couple of your homes today?
Okay, so I'm going to be talking today about one of our newer communities in Albany, Rolling Rock Estates in West Albany, off of 25th and Broadway over there south of Queen Avenue. The first home I'm going to talk about is our Ketchum floor plan. Just over 1,600 square feet. This home has a great flow to it. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Great room with a kind of a cook's dream kitchen, if you will, if you're kind of into that cooking thing, with an adjoined dining area. It does have masonry accents on the front face of the home. It has raised bath vanities, a gas fireplace with a flat wall, so if you want to hang that 60-inch flat screen, it's...
Does that come with the home, John, the 60-inch TV?
It sure doesn't.
Oh.
It says a covered patio with lighting, so that's a great thing in Oregon to be able to cook barbecue outside all year round. And the master suite is separated from the other 2 bedrooms, so a little bit more privacy there for you, and a large walk-in closet. That is priced at $187,990, and that's going to be due to be finished here. We're still under construction, but we're real close to being finished, so be looking for that to be move-in ready here at the end of the month.
What did you say the square footage on that was, John?
It was just over 1,600 square feet.
Okay.
So, the second home I will speak to is our Orchard floor plan, 1,800 square feet. This home, again, is just an awesome home. Has a very large entryway, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a large, great room, open kitchen, adjoining dining area. It's a little bit separated, so it's actually kind of a formal dining area, but it is still adjoined, and a large walk-in pantry, so that's another great feature of this house. In the master suite, it does offer a large soaking tub, stand-up shower, and large walk-in closet, and separate enclosed water closet there. Masonry accents again on the front of that home. The raised bathroom vanities. A built-in desk, which is another great feature.
I like that, and I really like that in the floor plan that was at North Creek.
Yes, really, really great. Has cabinets above the desk there. Covered patio again with the lighting, and a gas fireplace with an alcove on this home. So you can actually put all your components up there with your television.
Very nice. And the base price?
This one's going to be listed for $205,990.
So, John, I know it's very difficult sometimes to describe a home on the radio. Pictures are everything, but people can actually get pictures and take a look at some of these homes because Hayden Homes has a website, right?
We sure do. You can go to www.hayden-homes.com and select the community in the Oregon picture there and get detailed information and pictures from the website. You can also contact the model at 541-791-4406.
And these two homes are both located in the Rolling Rock neighborhood in Southwest Albany. Very, very close to West Albany High School, Memorial Middle School, and Liberty Elementary. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. If you take Broadway just past the old Bureau of Mines.
There you go. Beautiful neighborhood. Under construction. Check it out. I have one home I'd like to talk about today in the showcase. This is a new listing. It's in Crabtree, Scioto area off Highway 226. 19.7 acres, mostly grass seed, and that grass seed is currently leased. The home is a sprawling 1850s farmhouse that has been almost totally and completely updated and renovated into a very large single-story home with over 2,900 square feet when it's all said and done. There are 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, an open kitchen with nicely updated oak cabinetry and a solid surface countertops. So much storage. It's amazing. There's a huge pantry, separate pantry, and a laundry area, an open 2-car garage. There's also a barn and a wood shop. In the home, there's a beautifully updated family room, has some nice beams in the ceiling. They're in the process of installing a fireplace, brick fireplace accents in there. It's really going to be very spectacular. The master bedroom is spacious, features a customized master bathroom with some beautiful tile work. The home is almost, not quite, but almost completely surrounded by a newer Trex deck, and most of it is covered for year-round usability. This is a fantastic home. Lead a country lifestyle. Asking price is $450,000, and the address is 39764 Baum Drive. It's easy to get there. Take Highway 226 to Cold Springs Road. Turn right. Turn left on Baum Drive. The property is down the road a piece. There on your right. If you want any more information about any of our participating showcase homes, send me an email at realestatetalk@kgal.com. If you have a question for the show, send it in via email to realestatetalk@kgal.com, or visit our Facebook fan page, which is simply facebook.com/Real Estate Talk on KGAL. I love when you participate in the show. It's what keeps us going every week. Finally, if you're not currently working with a real estate professional and you would like a market analysis done on a property, whether you're looking to sell that property or whether you're looking to buy, send me an email with the address, and I will provide you with a market analysis at absolutely no obligation. Of course, I'd like to be on your team. If you want an agent that's 100% on your side, that's my commitment to you. I only work with one client in any real estate negotiation. So give me a call or send me an email today. So we're going to end this segment, and we come back. We're going to visit with John Ford from Hayden Homes. Got a lot of things that John wants to talk about, and then we've got some listener questions. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Have you given up trying to lose weight? If it seems like nothing delivers on its promises or works for the long term, look to Family Chiropractic Wellness Center. Family Chiropractic Wellness Center at 541 Park Street in Lebanon can change your mind and change your life. Attend a free workshop and learn about a comprehensive weight management program that has been recommended by over 20,000 doctors since 1980. The program includes the free guidance of a caring health coach, online support, and a network of like-minded individuals. You'll soon be on your way to reaching your goal weight and learning how to maintain it. Call Dr. Ron Clifton's office right now at 541-451-1290 to get started. Reserve your free admission to one of the workshops by visiting Family Chiropractic Wellness Center at 541 Park Street. Just look for the time and temperature sign or call 451-1290. Call now, 451-1290. The Family Chiropractic Wellness Center. Chiropractic, a natural way to grow. Call 541-451-1290.
Every day now, they expect more sunshine. Would you be ready when it's here in all its glory? Here's an idea. Head to the new Mid-Valley Tanning Destination inside Destination's Hair and Nail Studio. There you'll experience an even tan that's richer, deeper, and longer lasting from Destination's unique high-pressure tanning beds. For more details, call 541-791-8600, 791-8600, near Big 5 Sporting Goods on Pacific Boulevard Southeast, Destination's Hair and Nail Studio. Fisher Funeral Home has been the trusted name in funeral services since 1912. Many have asked about cremation services. And yes, Fisher provides cremation options with the same compassionate, dignified service as they always have with traditional burial services. Cremation is not a part of their name, but cremation is one of the many choices you have when you work with a full-service funeral home like Fisher. Cremation can be done simply and with dignity, or patterned more as a traditional service with viewing and a funeral service followed by cremation. Fisher Funeral Home is trained to help you plan the memorial that pays tribute to a life well lived. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, see them to discuss your options. Fisher staff will give you the information you need to make decisions on your terms at your pace. Fisher Funeral Home in downtown Albany, the trusted name in funeral services for the Mid-Valley since 1912.
This is Jeff Davis, and since 1975, our family has owned and operated Davis Glass, providing old-fashioned service with high-quality products. We are thrilled to offer Milgard's Essence Series windows featuring a solid wood interior and strong fiberglass exterior. It's the only wood window backed by a full lifetime warranty with glass breakage coverage. Let our family help your family by visiting us in downtown Albany, going online at davisglass.net, or calling 541-926-1962, CCB 13180.
Need a home? Then listen to Real Estate Talk with Dave Pouch, Saturday mornings on Smart Talk 1580.
Right now, you are listening to Real Estate Talk with Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity right here on Smart Talk 1580. That's me. I'm Dave Pouch. I'm here with John Ford from Hayden Homes this morning. Real Estate Talk is your only resource for local real estate information right here in the Mid-Valley. We're always here on Saturdays, but we get to spend a couple of Thursdays a month on the air. If you're looking for information about real estate market trends, you can go to the website. That's www.kgal.com and click on the link for Real Estate Talk. So I want to spend the time talking with John, though. John, again, good morning and welcome back to Real Estate Talk.
Good morning. Thank you.
And I'm still sorry about the Saturday, the week before the open house.
Right.
So we had a great time last week at North Creek. We had the big grand opening, and we had some good Par Lumber burgers and hot dogs and
good
some
food.
chow. And
yes.
You had a pretty good turnout.
We did. We had a very, very good turnout. Probably had about 40 to 50 people come out and
So you
check
sold
out our
all the
community.
houses that are out
They're
there. There's
all
nothing
gone.
available. All sold.
That's it.
Gosh, you're good.
I'm telling you.
So good. Well, I'm glad you had a good turnout. Beautiful homes, nice neighborhood in North Albany. But we want to talk about a lot of things this morning. So I've got a couple of questions for you. My first question this morning, and I can't believe the phone's ringing on me, and I don't know how to turn that off, so I'm just going to do that. We're just going to let it ring. There we go. It's not a call-in show. I don't have the capability to handle call-ins. I don't have a Roz.
Right.
If you want to answer the phone and screen calls for me, John?
Sure.
So I think our listeners would be interested, as well as I would, on your thoughts on the market. And I think Hayden Homes, in the period of time that I've been in real estate and watched Hayden Homes, you guys do a very good job of pricing your homes for the market. So that suggests to me that you have a pretty good understanding, or you and your organization have a pretty good understanding of what's going on in the market with pricing. And I'd really be interested to hear your perspective.
Well, yeah, Hayden Homes does do a very, very good job of keeping their homes priced affordably and not above the market. A lot of that in the front lines with us agents in our local marketplaces, we give those suggestions to the company because we're involved and we're in tune to what's happening throughout the multiple listing and the other agents that we talk to, and just seeing the other homes and doing market analysis on a quarterly basis to make sure that we're maintaining value and not going above and beyond. So on the front lines, we do help in placing those price points with the homes. Above and beyond that, we have the organization that tends to pricing structure based on materials too. So as those things adjust, that's going to make our pricing a little bit different maybe than what we were saying it has to happen.
So here in 2013, say from January till now, what have you seen going on? What's your perspective?
So far, what we're seeing, first and foremost, is the increase in new construction across the board. On a national perspective, it's growing in a percentage that I don't have exactly, but more than we've seen over the last several years. Here in the local marketplace, we're now seeing more new construction taking place
by other builders?
That we haven't seen in the last couple of years.
Really,
so
there's been a vacuum there for the last probably 3 years where, for the most part, other than individual onesie-twosie builds, Hayden's really been kind of one of the only horses in town.
We really have. And so it's been a kind of an interesting time, although I'd like to say that was great for us, but it also does kind of pose an interesting situation because we don't have anybody else to really par ourselves against to find out, are we truly in new construction pricing our homes, accordingly. Our real competition then was resale homes, and so we had to make our pricing set according to what somebody could go down and buy a resale home for. So now with new construction coming back to town and having more competition against us, we're actually seeing the pricing increase, and we're seeing sales increase at higher prices.
So, I've been saying for some time that, obviously real estate is a supply and demand business, and I've been seeing what I've referred to as a pent-up demand. There are lots of buyers who want to buy, and not all of them are able to buy, but they're moving in that direction. But there is a pent-up demand, and right now we have some very, very low inventory. Are you seeing prices within the Hayden neighborhoods going up, or within the market in general?
Absolutely. It seems to me that what I'm seeing out there is definitely a higher pricing, and I think for the first time in a very, very long time, we're starting to see multiple offer situations. And I don't know when the last time you've seen it. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
I've been deeply involved in multiple offers since probably November.
Exactly. So it's coming back. So that right there tells me that, again, the inventory's low, but the demand is increasing. So over the board, we're seeing price increases in not only just the Hayden homes, but we're seeing it in new construction kind of all over in the area.
Specific home types seem to be selling better or not as much in our particular market. I know you have a very broad mix of floor plans. You've got single-story floor plans and multi-story floor plans and multiple garages and some different things. Are you seeing any changes in popularity? Is that shifting around at all, or even in terms of your median price point type of homes that people are looking at?
Well, I think for so long we were seeing probably our median price point in new construction through Hayden's eyes was, in anything between about that 150, 175 price point. Now I would say that we're probably seeing that median price point in Albany with our new homes up around 180, 185. So right there, that's telling me that the buyers are coming out in more of a upgrade type of a home, where before we were seeing a lot of first-time home buyers purchasing the straight stick.
I don't want no upgrades.
Exactly.
And it's not they wanted them, but they just maybe could not put them in their budget.
Exactly.
Are you seeing budgets increasing?
I think we're seeing budgets increasing a little bit. The so-called economic disaster as we've had, I think more people are stabilizing in their jobs and being able to afford more home. Also, just the mere fact of people having a better understanding that they can afford new. For so long, I think people were thinking that there was not a possibility to buy a new home.
Right. So interesting, and we have a couple of minutes left in this segment that I want to go back on, something that you said. When you're pricing a new construction home against a resale home, one of the things that I run into when I'm taking buyers out to look at homes, and we're looking at new construction homes and resale homes, is when you're buying a resale home, there are a lot of expenses that aren't necessary because they're already done for the most part. Things like backyard landscaping being installed, underground sprinklers in the backyard, fencing around the yard, window treatments in a lot of cases, mini blinds, and some of those sorts of things. And it's a trade-off. From the new home perspective, from the new construction perspective versus the resale, how do you look at that?
Well, first and foremost, it's not a true apples to apples comparison. So we start there. We know that the home down the street that we may be having to compete ourselves against 5 or 10 years old, there may be costs involved that we wouldn't have in a new home. We don't know what that water heater looks like. We don't know what that furnace looks like. We don't know what the windows are going to be. So we kind of keep that in the back of our mind. But at the same time, we do try very hard to keep ourselves knowing that if somebody buys a new home with us, but they could go right down the street and buy a resale home that does have all of those amenities, but they're also going to have kind of the peace of mind knowing that they don't have to replace anything else in the home. So
at least the first 5 or 7 years.
Yes,
Sure.
exactly. So they could spend that money putting in that landscaping or putting in the fencing,
right,
and being set for a little while. Which
Which actually raises the interesting issue of which comes first, the chicken or the egg, in terms of the pricing strategies. When you have a new neighborhood, and it doesn't, new neighborhoods don't sell out in a week. It's usually done over a number of phases, over a number of years. And now you have resale homes of virtually new homes in the same neighborhood as brand new or even to-be-built homes. How does that play out in terms of pricing strategy?
Well, that is a very interesting thing, and absolutely, we've opened up new phases before, and the house right next door to where we're going to be building is up for sale again.
Because they're pricing against you, and you're pricing against them. So
right,
which comes first?
Well, I think that again we continue to move forward in looking, and again, a lot of that pricing does have to do with cost of materials, and we just seen over the last week or so 30% increase in sheetrock. So just as an example, that's one thing that every home has sheetrock, but that pricing has to be included. So if lumber goes up or any of the materials, that's going to play a big part up front for us. But again, as we're watching the market and we're seeing homes sell, we on the front lines are kind of making that recommendation, saying, hey, this is where we need to be priced. If our resale market is this with 1 to 5 year old homes, we need to be comparable, knowing that our new house right next door could essentially lose out to that home.
And that's a worthwhile point. I would think in some markets, and I mean types of markets, not necessarily geographic markets, but in a declining market, for example, when costs of build increase, that means profit margins shrink. However, in a rising market, when costs of build increase, there's some room to keep the prices moving up within some constraints.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So so we've gone through that cycle. I mean, since you've been in working with Hayden Homes, you've seen probably the tail end of that cycle, where prices were still riding down to some extent over the last 4 years or so.
Absolutely, yeah. I started with Hayden Homes in 2009, and so we were kind of right there at that tail end of the level out, I would say. But we were still there at that place where pricing was marginally trying to raise, kind of not. Everybody was still a little bit leery, so we had to be very cautious.
Okay, so we need to go to a break, but before we do, here's the question. Where is the bottom? Is the bottom in the rear view? Are we standing in the middle of it, or is it still to come?
Well, as an economist, Dave, I would say I personally feel like the bottom's in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, and I think we agree on that point. And with that agreement, John, let us go to a break. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Come to Albany's annual Wine Walk, Friday, May 3rd. Stroll historic downtown and sample award-winning wines. Buy your tickets in advance at the Albany Visitors Association or on the night at the Flynn Block or the Carousel Museum. Tour the apartments and office spaces on the upstairs downtown loft tour. Wine Walk is sponsored in part by Albany Rotary, the Downtown Association, Central Willamette Community Credit Union, and Pacific Power. Proceeds benefit local community and international Rotary projects. Wine Walk, Friday, May 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m.
As a member of Consumers Power Electric Cooperative, you get many benefits, including advice and help with the latest in energy efficiency. CPI offers many energy efficiency rebates, including for heat pumps, water heaters, some appliances, and Super Good Sense manufactured homes. Give us a call or find us on the web at cpi.coop. Let CPI help you with your home projects. Consumers Power. Smart, local, connected.
The Lebanon Community Trails Committee is a group of volunteers working hard at bringing 50 miles of trails to Lebanon. Join us at free guided trail walks on the second Saturday of each month at 10 a.m. Participate in evening planning meetings on the first Tuesday of each month from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Lebanon Hospital. For details on our next walk or how you can get involved in this exciting community group, find us on Facebook or visit buildlebanontrails.com. Listen to this station for details on our free monthly walks. This message made possible by Consumers Power. Smart, local, connected.
Dr. Tristan Perry of Ivory Dental is always accepting new patients and invites you to his booth at the Lebanon Biz Expo for a free exam and x-ray giveaway for new patients. Family dentistry, same-day emergency treatment, preferred provider for most insurances, and a discount plan of $20 a month for those without insurance. And that includes x-ray, cleaning, and a free exam. Log on to ivorydentalgrin.com or call 258-GRIN. That's 258-4746. Ivory Dental, 175 Park Street in Lebanon, promoting longer and happier lives. Corvallis Independent Business Alliance encourages you to support your community.
Chenard's Nursery, Florist, and Landscaping has 29 years of experience serving the Willamette Valley. Chenard's Nursery now has their best selection of the year of fruit, trees, berries, and perennial vegetables. View Chenard's list of spring classes online. Call Chenard's for your spring planting needs. 541-929-3524.
Animal Crackers Pet Supply has the highest quality pet foods and supplies for dogs, cats, birds, and small animals. Animal Crackers Pet Supply is a pet nutrition specialist and the official satellite adoption center for Heartland Humane Society. Locally owned since 1994. Log on to animalcrackerspetsupply.com.
Special occasions, parties, and events. Locally owned since 1986. For weddings, banquets, birthdays, reunions, and corporate events. Special Occasions offers a wide variety of party rental and retail supplies for any event, large or small. Online at onestoppartyshop.net. Call now. 541-752-7255. 1435 Northwest 9th Street in Corvallis.
Thank you for supporting locally owned independent businesses. Less hype, just quality news, sports, and smart talk. From your
Talk. I'm Dave Pouch of Remax and John Ford from Hayden Homes. John and Hayden Homes, new sponsor for Real Estate Talk, and we're very, very happy to have them on board. And we've got John on today. We were talking in the first interview segment a little bit about pricing strategies and how Hayden looks at the market. Because, again, I think Hayden's done a very good job of pricing homes for the market, keeping their homes affordable. And it's proven out. You guys have sold a lot of homes, even in what people elsewhere would have called a down market.
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
In an average year, how many homes does Hayden probably move here in the Albany area?
In the Albany area, we probably average around 60 homes, 75 homes.
And that's in all of the neighborhoods that you have?
Correct, all in Albany.
And right now you have the North Creek neighborhood, which we were at last week, the Rolling Rock neighborhood, which you talked about earlier today. Hannah Estates is almost completed?
We're down to about 6 home sites left there.
Okay, and then Edgewater out in the Clover Ridge area?
Yeah, Avalon Place, which is out there off of Clover Ridge. We have 2 homes remaining there to sell before we're done at that location.
Okay.
North Point in North Albany as well. We're just about done. We have 1 more home to sell there. And then Tuscany Estates, essentially across the street from North Creek. We have 1 more home to sell there, and then we'll be wrapped up with that one as well.
But again, the homes have sold even in what most people would have called a down market. You all maintained fairly steady sales pace, it seemed to me.
We did. We stayed very strong, and one of the, again, I think it just goes back to Hayden Homes' willingness and ability to price at market and not price above where they can sell the homes.
Right, and that kept buyers coming in.
Absolutely.
Lots of good things going on there. So I know there are listeners who are thinking, new construction, very appealing. I'm interested in maybe making an offer. As we said, you understand the market. Hayden Homes understands the market. But buyers are still, in large part, even though the numbers may not prove it out, thinking it's a buyer's market and they're going to go in and they're going to write the lowball offer. And that's really the wrong strategy with the builder, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Again, when spend the time that they do and working with their local agents in their markets to find the pricing, they don't have the need, the quote-unquote need to sell. Of course, we want to move homes. We want to sell homes, and we want buyers to purchase our homes. But the need isn't there as, say, it would be for someone who is in a little different position with a resale home where they have to sell.
I'm relocating to Texas.
Exactly. So first, that kind of is the first thing that comes to mind is when you're dealing with new construction, there are things to talk about. Pricing typically is one of those that is pretty firm, but there's a whole room that I have all sorts of different options that might be appealing. So you kind of look at it from a perspective of, is the dollar amount in available features versus pricing on the actual home itself, because in general that pricing is strictly for the construction of the house.
Okay. And boy, and I had a question that was kind of in my mind as you were talking about that, and I got drawn off it just a little bit. So, continue talking about that happens even to an experienced radio host like me, ladies and gentlemen. That happens. I just kind of had a brain leak. But in negotiating upfront, builders try to stand very firm on price, and it's because they priced it for the market. You've done a lot of market research in setting that price. But you said that sometimes there are opportunities in other areas, for example.
So if we talked earlier about yards and fencing, a couple of things that most home buyers want with their homes. They have children that need a yard to play in. They have a dog that needs a yard to be corralled in. So those are the things that are typically worth having the conversation about and not having to take that expense on yourself after you move in. That's usually where a builder is going to have a little bit more leniency.
Oh, I remember what my question was. It had to do with a to-be-built home or a partially constructed home as opposed to standing inventory homes. And there's a different thought, because in my mind, the difference between a resale seller who is maybe relocating or wants to move up, they are selling a personal home where Hayden is a business.
Correct.
Okay, so it's a business person, crunch the numbers, analytical perspective that the homeowner may or may not have. So when you're looking at standing inventory versus a to-be-built house or a partially constructed house, the costs of that build are still undetermined. For the house that's not yet, they haven't even pushed the dirt out on yet. We don't really know what's going to happen to the costs of drywall. We don't know what's going to happen to the labor costs or, some of those costs.
Absolutely.
So that it's really tough to waver off of a price because you're placing a chip on a wheel that's 90 to 120 days down the road.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So the idea of coming in to say build a home where, with Hayden Homes, you have the option of building your own home where we start from scratch with you, or you purchase one that's already standing and ready to move into. The idea of pricing or coming in with a contract that at lower cost, a lower price for one that you're going to build yourself, that's definitely something that the builder doesn't look at as having any desire to negotiate on, because again, that dirt will remain there regardless of what you do with it, so it's no cost to them. So if you're looking to try to negotiate more, you're going to find a little bit more flexibility with something that's already standing, because that's money on the books.
Okay, and those costs are known.
Absolutely.
Those costs are known, and if you're in a market that's moving, then obviously there's a business perspective to, prices are going down and this house is sitting here, it's going to affect let's get it out, let's get it moved.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. Matter of fact, I actually had a buyer, was it a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah, about
who was able to take advantage of what I thought was one of the best deals you had in the neighborhood over in I think it was
Clover Ridge.
Clover Ridge,
yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and because it was standing inventory, it had been sitting around for a little while, it hadn't sold, and I think he got a smoking deal on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and those things do happen. Without giving the farm away, as we said, I usually tell people to talk to me. Come around quarter's end.
So I want to dispel a myth if I can.
Yes.
And I'm hoping you'll dispel this myth. Having your own realtor as opposed to not having your own realtor, just going directly to the Hayden Homes sales associate, you're going to get a better deal if you work with the Hayden Homes guy, because he has the latitude to give up his commission, and they're not paying your realtor, so they can give you more money off. True, false? Help me out.
False, Dave. Yeah, it really doesn't make any difference at all. There's no discounts. A lot of people will come in and say that percentage, 3% commission that you're going to pay to the outside broker, let's just save that on the house. No, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. So I wanted to give you an opportunity, and one of the things that we should have probably talked about last week at the grand opening was customer service and warranty information, how that works with new construction and specifically with Hayden Homes.
Absolutely. So with Hayden Homes specifically, and I think with a lot of new homes out there, you'll receive a builder warranty with the home. Hayden Homes is a 1-year builder warranty that's basically a bumper-to-bumper warranty from the time you move in.
You don't sell manufactured homes. There's no bumpers on your house.
That was my car analogy.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry.
So what that process looks like is from the time that we get an accepted contract, and I'm going to use it in terms of a standing inventory home in a 45-day close. Your home has already gone through a quality check and assurance from Hayden Homes customer service and project managers. So that is a 300-point checklist that they go through your home and check from top to bottom, inside and outside. They make sure that home is essentially zero defect. They want you to move into your brand new home and not have to have a worry. Then with that assurance, you get to have a walkthrough with the builder prior to closing to make sure that they didn't miss something, or you happen to eye something that doesn't quite look right to you, and either have it corrected or have an explanation as to why it may be the way that it is. Once you do move in, from that time you sign saying, hey, I love this house, it looks great, everything is wonderful. From that time you sign off, you get a 1-year warranty, you move in, and you're still covered. So if something does happen, you have that assurance that it's going to be taken care of, and it's kind of that ease of living.
And other than emergency things that may break in the course of that first year, usually it's about the 9-month point or so that people come in with their list of these are the things?
Yeah, it about 9 to the 11th month. We definitely want at the very latest that 11th month to kind of have anything that may have happened to be taken care of before we lapse over that 1-year mark. Now, with that being said, I mean, if it's that 1 year, 1 day,
you're out of luck.
You're out of luck. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll take care of you. I mean, we're not going to do that. Like a car, of course, it always happens right after that warranty fails.
Absolutely. So, and that actually leads me to a listener question here that I want to throw in. It's a good segue, and this is from Jay in Albany. As a buyer, if I'm buying a new construction home, is it worth the money for me to have a home inspector do an inspection?
It's one of those completely preferential things, and that working with your real estate broker, they can help guide you to. I always try to afford my purchasers the opportunity to go in and do their own visual, and if they're still on the edge and they're not sure, spend the money, ease your mind, put it to rest, and make sure. With the checklist, though, I also try to give them that and let them know what has already been done, essentially is what your inspector is going to do anyway. Whether you do or don't, that's kind of a preferential.
And again, I think it's absolutely buyer preference. I think there's a couple of very effective ways to skin the cat. I have seen, even with new construction homes, from a multitude of builders, inspectors still find things, and things that maybe the homeowner may not have found. So some options that I've seen. One, have the whole home inspection, do it, you'll sleep better, and it's money well spent. The second option that I've seen done very effectively is have a pest and dry rot inspection done, and essentially that's going to have your inspector do two things. One, go in the crawl space, which is a place that frankly I'm not going, and up into the attic and look at things there that you're not going to see during the course of your walkthrough, and give you an assessment. Is there any missing insulation? Are there any problems? And then the third way I've seen it done is actually have the inspector come out at that 9 or 10 month point and do the whole home inspection then to help you generate your checklist. So have you seen any or all of those different methods done in your experience?
I've seen a variation of all of them, essentially. And, for the most part, if I had to put a percentage on the people that do their own inspections, I would say it's probably well below 40% of our buyers do home inspections outside of what we provide. And if somebody's building their home, we welcome the opportunity for them to come out and actually see the process, so they can see firsthand when somebody's putting the boards up in the walls. They can see how that's happening, and they can see everything from start to finish. And I think that too helps kind of alleviate their mind, and knowing that, once we're done, that's going to be checked off. They've seen it happening. They know how it's going up.
Right. But you don't deter people from doing it. And I know most realtors, as part of our, limiting our own liability.
Sure.
We do strongly recommend it.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not a contractor. I can't tell you, well, that floor's laid correctly.
Absolutely.
Second question that I want to cover a couple of quick listener questions. This is from C in Lebanon. I'm building a new home with Hayden, and I want to upgrade some components like cabinets and countertops. Is that going to mean more earnest money, and is that earnest money refundable?
So with a build, depending on the home and the community that you're building in, there is a cap, a dollar amount cap that you have to work within for additional features that you're going to have put into your home. For instance, at North Creek, where I am, you can go up to $12,000 in available features above and beyond what the home already is provided with, before we start talking about additional funds in earnest money. Now, we kind of differentiated between earnest money and construction retainer. So although it's all going to the same kitty at the end, we try to use different verbiage so it's not confused, I guess, with your upfront earnest money, because we'll take that upfront at the contract time, but then after we do a build meeting, we figure out what everything's going to happen go into the home. Anything above that $12,000, we would take at 50% as a non-refundable construction retainer.
And that's really to protect your liability from having built a house that is going to be unique to just a couple of buyers because of all the specialized upgrades.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense. Can I buy a new construction home with a VA loan, John? That's from one of my listeners.
Absolutely. We deal with cash, of course. We deal with FHA financing, conventional, and VA all the time.
Great. Okay, so we've covered most of the listener questions. Anything else that you would like to kind of wrap up with us today?
Well, I again just kind of wanted to make sure that I spent some time with the customer service that we didn't really hit on last week, and just that process of having a team alongside of you and your real estate broker if you come in with one to purchase your new home. We really are there to help guide you, and we're there to make sure that you have as good of an experience as possible. This is, as you well know, one of the largest purchases someone can make in their life, and especially with new homes, we want to just open that door for comfort.
Well, great. John, we need to take a break, and when we come back, we will continue. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Are you a consumer? Do you shop local on a tight budget, or do you just like to save money? Well, I have a store for you. Lebanon's most unique shopping experience. Buyer's Market. 865 South Main Street. It's the big red building on the corner with the nice signs in the windows and all that inventory. New and used furniture, mattresses, houseware, flooring, building supplies, giftware, toys, and so much more. You'll get lost in it. There's only one way to describe this store, and it's amazing. A true buyer's market. and a huge overstock of inventory at low, low prices. Now, this week, they invite you to visit them at 865 South Main or at the Business Expo this Tuesday in the River Center. Specials of the week include insulated designer beverage jacket valued up to $6.99 now while supplies last, 2 for $1. Builder's Caulking, your choice of over 5,000 tubes to choose from, values of up to $12, now only $1.49. It's amazing. Buyer's Market, 865 South Main, downtown Lebanon.
Crabtree Automotive in Albany is the go-to place for anyone who is serious about keeping their vehicle in top shape. For over 30 years, Crabtree Auto earned the trust of Mid-Valley motorists. Growth has come from the return business and recommendations of happy, satisfied customers. Check them out online and see some of those recommendations for yourself at CrabtreeAutorepair.com. AAA approved Crabtree Automotive on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany. Online at CrabtreeAutorepair.com.
The 32nd Annual Auction for Kids at the Boys and Girls Club of Albany is Saturday, April 27th. You're invited to this year's Dr. Seuss-themed event. Oh, the places you'll go. A buffet dinner and auction will highlight the evening to celebrate and support the youth in our community. Tickets are $50 per person, or you can reserve a corporate table for $750 that seats up to 10. Check out bgc-albany.org for more details, or you can call the club at 541-926-6666 and ask for Cambria.
Don't miss the 2013 Lebanon Chamber Biz Expo, April 16th at the River Center, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Samples, demonstrations, free shredding from 2 to 4. Prizes awarded every 15 minutes, over $3,000. 140 vendors, free admission, and guaranteed fun. The 2013 Lebanon Chamber Biz Expo, Tuesday, April 16th. So mark your calendar to come early and stay late. Sponsored by Linco Federal Credit Union.
You need a roofer? Consider this. Hatco Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of roofing and construction experience, residential and commercial. Hatco will provide you with unsurpassed quality and excellent customer service at an affordable price. You've heard that before, but Hatco delivers. Decide for yourself by calling them and check them out at HatcoRoofingandConstruction.com. Hatco, Hatco, Roofing and Construction.
The Car Show, Saturday afternoons on News Talk 1580, KGAL.
There's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the light.
You hear him every Sunday on the unforgettable 920 KSHO. Now see him live in Eugene Thursday, April 25th. The captain of Cool, John Pizzarelli. Get your tickets now for John Pizzarelli, coming Thursday night, April 25th at 7:30 in the Jaquet Concert Hall of the Shedd Institute for the Arts.
It's about you that I am, oh, diamond girl.
From K-Show's Radio Deluxe, band leader, radio personality, solo performer, and winner of the Ella Fitzgerald Award, John Pizzarelli, is contagious. From late-night ballads to classic standards to reimagine rock classics, even goofy fun in a sophisticated way, you'll love John Pizzarelli. Get your tickets now at the John G. Shedd Institute for the Arts or online at theshed.org.
It's a big, bold story set in the heartland of America, along the edge of Lonely Mountain. I am open for business. And so Big William Gorgon, played by handsome Michael James, fiercely set down his Midwest roots.
Oh, darling, we're going to sell bathrobes and raise chickens.
Set his adoring wife, Wilhelmina, portrayed by beautiful Glenda Olsen.
Oh, I love our store, Will.
But they hadn't counted on Big Ralph's bathrobes and cattle store coming to town.
Oh, Will, what will we do, Will?
Will had a plan, a way of facing off against tough Big Ralph. We're going to change the face of America. We're going to advertise.
Ad for what?
With print and broadcasting and bus benches, we're going to tell people who we are and where we are.
What's a bus?
And so the story of how one man brought advertising to the heartland.
Oh, will it work?
It will. My name ain't Will, Wilhelmina. You got to advertise or we'll die. And so the greatest marketing story of all time is here. Advertise or Die, Dopey. Brought to you by Adweek Magazine, the Radio Advertising Bureau, this radio station on the famous Radio Ranch.
2 years ago, the people of BP made a commitment to the Gulf. I'm Fred Lamont, onshore site manager for BP. BP has paid over $23 billion in claims and cleanup costs. Today, the beaches and Gulf are open, and many areas are reporting their best tourism seasons in years. And BP is also committed to America. We support nearly 250,000 jobs and invest more here than anywhere else. We're working to fuel America for generations to come. Our commitment has never been stronger. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/BP America.
Ba, black sheep. Have you any wool? No, sir. No, sir. Some nincompoop with pantyhose pulled over his face stole all my wool sweaters and gaming system. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency recently helped me with renter's insurance. Everything stolen was replaced, and the little boy who lives down the lane was caught trying to sell it online. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on renter's insurance.
Into the woods and onto the waters. Listen to Northwestern Outdoors, Saturday nights on Smart Talk 1580.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity. We're going to wrap up the show. Before we do, John, one last opportunity. Tell our listeners, Hayden Homes, how can they get more information?
You can view all of our communities and all of our homes at www.hayden-homes.com, and you can contact a local model home at 541-791-4406.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Ford from Hayden Homes. Hayden Homes, newest sponsor of Real Estate Talk. Thanks for being with us today, John.
Thank you.
And we're going to go right now into the real estate market update. We'll begin in Corvallis, where inventory is down 7 from our previous report. Today, 116 active residential listings. The average asking price in Corvallis, $362,848. 93 homes have sold in the last 90 days. That's up 4. Currently, 3.74 months of inventory is available in Corvallis. The median sold price over the last 90 days is up today at $262,500, averaging $159.95 per square foot. On average, homes in Corvallis spend 98 days on the market from listing to close of sale. Corvallis is a screaming market right now. In Lebanon, 69 homes are available for sale. That's up 2. The median asking price is down, however, just slightly today at $154,900. Over the last 90 days, 35 homes have sold. That's pretty even with our last report. The median sold price is up today at $129,900. $90.31 per square foot is the average. Homes spend 110 days on the market there from listing to close of sale. Currently, 5.91 months of inventory is available. Finally, to Albany, where inventory is up 2 from last week. That's 192 active residential listings. The average asking price in Albany is up at $213,564. With 116 homes sold in the past 90 days, that's down 1. The median sale price is up, however, today at $164,900. Homes are spending an average of 132 days on the market from listing to close of sale. The average dollar per square foot value in Albany is down slightly, just cents, at $105.23 per square foot. Currently, 4.97 months of inventory is available for sale. Interesting look at the numbers. We are now into the beginning of January when we look back 90 days. So we're past the holiday seasonality. I noticed this morning, and you can find this on the Facebook page, I posted all the stats there. The contingents and the pending sales are also starting to puff up. There's lots of homes going into contract. I think in Albany right now, there were close to 100 homes that are either pending or contingent sales. So the market is moving. There's a lot of activity going on right now. And I was telling somebody the other day, in terms of the interest rates, the inventory, the availability of homes, if you are qualified to buy, and buying is the right thing for you to do in terms of your financial life and your personal life, then this is probably one of the best opportunities in a generation to be able to do so. So strongly encourage you to take advantage of that. Finally, for the show today, I do want to remind you, Homes for Heroes, a national program that offers rewards to local heroes for their services when buying, selling, or refinancing. When a hero works with an affiliated real estate professional or a lender, they will receive a reward from that National Homes for Heroes organization after they close. Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, police officers, sheriffs, peace officers, first responders, firefighters, EMTs, nurses and medical professionals, and teachers. If you're a hero or you know a hero who serves our community in one of these areas, urge them to sign up at www.homesforheroes.com. Service deserves its rewards. We are here every Saturday on Real Estate Talk talking about what's important for you. I'm Dave Pouch of RE/MAX Integrity. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, and Corvallis.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.